And we're live.
I had 4 45-pound steel plates that I finally got the notification for show up the other day. Damn. And it was one of those things where I was like...
Again, your muscles cost you money. Carry on.
Exactly. And I was in, like, I think I was in my kitchen or living room just like tidying up, doing some stuff. And I saw the guy pull up and I knew that it was weight plate day. And I just took my dogs, went into my bedroom and closed the door because I was too embarrassed to think that he might see through my front window and see me in there just being like, you fucking cunt. You absolute cunt. And so I was just like, boys, come on, we're going. Because I was so embarrassed. I just was like, oh, I feel like a bitch.
Yeah.
Because he had to, like.
How did they come? Like, how were they packaged?
Hilariously. It was just a steel plate, a cardboard box around it, and the cardboard box has just formed and folded into the shape of the plate.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you could have just sent the steel plate and like threw a thing on there. Like, what was this to protect? The other items that definitely got fucked up back there if these were sliding around.
You know, like, your plates were on top of someone's TV.
Yeah, you just know that like the person wrapping that up was like, this is absurd. Like,
why are we boxing this? Couldn't we just put Christmas wrapping around it and ship it that way?
You could. There's no you're not going to break a 45-pound plate. No.
But I also have 4 45-pound steel plates, and I've never found the use for more. I don't know what's wrong with your lifting routine. That's all I need.
Part of it, I just wanted to have them because I'm getting a couple more plate loaded machines. I fucking had to reach out to Titan Fitness again today.
I think I have
because I was like, hey, that chest supported T-bar row I ordered 33 days ago, still haven't gotten a shipping notification, and they like sent back like, oh, it's delayed until October 9th. Is
that where you sit in the seat facing the machine and you've got a thing that goes on your chest and you're reaching forward, grabbing and pulling toward you?
No, it's where you're standing on a plate down here, and it's just a straight thing.
What's it called just pull again? It up. And by who?
Oh, is that where the barbell goes into like a little a hole, and then you load it and you pull the barbell
it's toward you? Kind of like a landmine.
Yeah.
But it's
Can you link it? I want to show the people watching.
It's this is literally the one that I ordered.
Okay.
So it's it's really just made so you can really blow out your back, and even if you want to do the supinated grip, as Kyle taught me, you really overload your biceps there, and so you can do higher weight than you can with a normal standing row or bent over row.
I don't get how this works. I see how the weight would go on, like it goes on the little penis part of it there at the end, the erection. Mm-hmm. But that part doesn't seem to move.
Chest on the pad, feet on the bottom.
I see. It's
and then
a lever.
You grab those handles and you pull that. And so actually, see how it's kind of off kilter where it's raised or where it's sitting there. So you pull it off, move it slightly to the left so it's over that center bar, and then you go up and down with whatever grip you prefer.
I totally get it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I see now. And so, that one I was really looking forward to, and now I'm not going to get that for another fucking month. But anyway, I wanted more just steel basic plates because I'm going to have 3 plate loaded machines. And I'd like to just, as a standard, for the ones that have 2 of those, just keep 2 45s on there, just keep 2 45s on the other, just keep 1 45 on this, just so I'm not lugging around annoying amounts of it. Because, I know I try and in my head will be like, just think of it as gains. I'm like, no, I'm thinking of it as tedious. This is annoying.
Yeah, if those machines start from 0 every time and you're just transferring the 45 from machine, I see where you're going.
Like the lat machine, and I have 2 45s on there, and the little holder thing weighs like 25 pounds or so. It's like, okay, so I'm starting at like 105, solid. I don't have to load this thing up every time. So, but yeah, I'm so excited. I think once everything's in there, I'm definitely going to do it. I want to do like a gym tour for my Twitch. I think that would be fun because I've got a good amount of space. Something I have I've got thousands of dollars of equipment. I don't have a fucking mirror down there. I need a mirror so bad. And I was looking up mirrors the other day. I don't want to pay this much for mirrors.
How much is a mirror? Just a plain one?
Even just a little one's like $100, like a big standing mirror that you could lean on a wall. Like I was trying to find those cheap ones, or even Craigslist. I was looking, not very hard, frankly, but yeah, I really just want some bullshit. There's this really, really nice giant mirror that my mom had at her condo, and I'm thinking about taking that nice ornate mirror and putting it down in my gym just because it's cheaper. Well, it's free.
They are kind of expensive. Like the one that I would want is $329. The one I really want is $720.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like this one you just linked, Kyle, 48 by 60 inches. That's a pretty good size mirror, especially because you're not going to be like right up against it, so it'll show a lot higher and more than that. But $330, Christ, that is so much.
Yeah,
that's more than that supported T-bar row costs. That was $295.
It's tricky because you don't want to spend $330, but you really don't want to spend $300 and then $330 later.
Yeah, I don't want to spend $100 now, half-assing it, and then being like, well, nothing would have been as good, and then be in the hole. Right. So I guess I may as well just buy it nice or buy it twice. And I say that as I'm getting this Titan Fitness stuff, but like I've never had any problems with their equipment. Like it works fine. It's just the welds aren't the most attractive, and their only business model is to make whatever
Rogue
is 3 days after Rogue releases something. Titan's like, yeah, we made that too. Does the same thing, looks shittier by a factor of 5, and it costs a third as much. Like a lat tower from Rogue, holy fuck, it's like $3,000 from $1,000. Mine was $400, and I can do all the same shit. Like the only little difference thing, because it's plate loaded, is I have to just spray a tiny bit of WD-40 on there, and well, that was when I got it, and now it's been fine since then.
Oh, so the other one is not plate loaded; it comes with a stack.
The other one is plate loaded too, but but that one's all cable. The chest one's all cable. This one is a lat tower, so it's got those 2 spokes that things go up and down on. And I was just right off the start, I was like, oh, there's a little bit of friction on this thing. So it's been fine since then though. Yeah, it's great. I love that thing. It's like I'm really feeling my back. I'm gonna build a much bigger back with that. I don't know. I'm just in a mood where I'm just loving working out. I'm having a great time with it.
I've been down that route on purchasing things, like a bunch of different avenues. It's like, you know what? I'm going to get the good one. I normally buy Titan, but this time I'm going Rogue because whatever, feeling fat right now, like fat and cash, you know, and I'm going to get the good one. Then you look at the price and you're like, whoa, I didn't know it was 300 versus 3,000.
I'm not opening a gym here.
Yeah.
Like,
I was ready to spend 50% premium and it's a 10 banger. Jesus Christ. Buy a Yeti cooler. You'll know what I mean.
Oh yeah. Like like some of the reviews from people who are just doing like, look at me, I'm strong reviews where they'd be like, yeah, this lat tower, it's great for most people. If you try and load up 400 pounds on the pull down, it just can't handle. It's like you're absurd, sir. You shouldn't be putting 400 pounds on your lat pull down.
Who the fuck is doing 400 pounds?
A liar on the internet. a guy from Rogue is putting that there.
He's that guy who's he's going, boom. Boom.
Oh, he's doing the Spider-Man shit where you see hang on it and push off the ceiling.
Yeah, you don't need that much. If you've gotten a 400-pound lat pulls, you should be earning enough for your equipment at the bodybuilding shows that you're clearly going to.
Yeah. You should be fine. You should be sponsored by someone. You should be sponsored by the Lat Kings or whoever, the Latin Kings.
That's a great name for a whole new fitness product line,
dude. It's the name of our new motorcycle gang. You've just witnessed it. We're gonna be the Lat Kings.
But it has to be written like this.
We'll do a little emblem of the guy flexing in the lat pop.
The Latin Kings.
The
Latin Kings.
Oh man, we probably shouldn't ride bikes through areas with Latin Kings on ours.
I think we'll be okay in the Midwest.
You don't understand. We're mocking you.
It's a joke. We're making a joke about you.
And we're just like memeing.
Do any of you know Snow? Yo, Weto, is that you?
Trying to escape, going 65 miles an hour on my governed 3-wheeler.
They're swinging chains.
In a hydraulically hopping car.
Oh, yeah. That's a good ass idea, the Latin Kings.
Maybe don't do that.
No, I won't do that. Ordering custom shirt now. Yeah, I get into like I'm having a lot of fun building out the home gym. Like, and for the cost of some of this Titan Fitness stuff, it's just so fucking cheap. and maybe I'll eat my words on like this machine. I won't eat my words on the T-bar row machine. There's no way to fuck that up. Like if maybe the chest thing isn't what I'm hoping for. If it's not, I'm out, few $100 as opposed to, 5,000.
I think you'll be fine. It was funny you were talking about the weight of the 45s. When I bought my squat rack, like some of the packages were so fucking heavy. I'm like, oh my God, I'm a weightlifter now. I should be able to do this. But it's a real struggle to get the...
I'm like that too. Yeah, where I just cut the box open in my driveway usually and then just carry everything in on its own. Otherwise, you're just asking for drywall projects on the way to the basement.
See, I went the other direction. I wanted the cardboard protection. So if I bump what do you call a doorway? The casing inside a door. Like I feel like if I bump that with cardboard, it's going to be okay. Whereas if I bump it with steel, it's a whole new thing.
I've got a really nice set of hand trucks that I keep in the garage, and anytime I'm moving something even moderately heavy, I use those.
I hear you. These are 8-foot long steel bar, like not different than the orange one behind me, but like a bunch.
Yeah, that'd be a problem.
Yeah.
Actually, what brand is that? That thing you got behind you there? That chin up apparatus.
I bought it based on price, but I can look it up.
It looks fancy.
Oh, I wouldn't call it that, but
it looks $500 fancy.
No, I think it was more like let's search pull.
Because like the $200 pull-up rack like wiggles and jiggles everywhere, and that thing looks legit that you've got.
No, it wiggles and jiggles when I do some pull-ups on it, but I never fear that it's not going to hang up. It's just the nature of a pole type thing.
Okay, God damn, that ain't bad at all.
Yeah. I had been trying to do pull-ups on, the ones that like hang over your doorway off the molding.
I've seen enough YouTube videos to never get into that.
I just worry it's not going to work out and, that it's a problem. But this thing, you can't break. Like a human won't break. A chimpanzee wouldn't break that thing. Like it's gonna be fine. And the bar isn't as, like there's better knurling on my downstairs pull-up center, but it's good enough. And I think I put black tape around it so I get a better grip. And
yeah, I was gonna say I would prefer like thick rubberized grippy points.
Thick is where I disagree. Rubber sounds nice, but
not thick like
not like fat grips. Just
not like fat grips, but thicker than some bars. Like not a 1-inch bar. 1 inch is too small.
I actually have fat grips. I know you guys can't see them, but they're right. There for the people watching, but I didn't like them. I felt like they were irritating my elbow or something, and I stopped using them.
Yeah, if anything hurts, you should stop.
That's good advice. Yeah. But it's not obvious advice. No pain, no gain seems like the more obvious advice. But
yeah, different kinds of pain though. Anytime anything starts hurting, it's like, all right, this has to be done a different way. This isn't
like when I woke up this morning and like my lats and my upper back were really sore. I'm like, oh, that's no pain, no gain. Like when I was doing farmer's carries and my leg just started hurting and it just felt like a strained meniscus. It was like, oh no, this is a potential injury like that. Haven't had any dealing with that since, so I'm sure it's fucking fine. But I'm really.
Well, if you didn't carry fucking 240 pounds around when you farmer carried, maybe you wouldn't have that problem.
Well, but that's how much you want to get that burn. You want to feel like you're doing something. You want to, when you put it down, you want it to be.
Do you carry a pair of 120s?
A pair of 120s generally. Good. For the farmers carries, and like and the thing that like it's partially a detriment, but also a bonus is that the mini farmer's walk handles I got from Titan for that. It's not like a yoke thing or whatever it's called where they're attached, just individual handheld things. The handles on them are so goddamn slippery, no knurling, no grip whatsoever. And I never put anything on there that like, I think it's really improved my grip strength a lot having to do. I mean,
do you have that thing that, you don't have dumbbells for that. You've got that thing you put the plates on, right?
Yep. Yeah. I load them up with plates.
Yeah.
You know what you might like, Taylor? Chalk. I was having callus problems, you have it already. Mm-hmm. Well, for a listener, I was having callus problems. They were really getting out of control, and like the calluses were almost painful because they get too big and then operate in a weird way. And I have a mountain climber friend, and I was like, "Here's something you might know a lot about," and he pointed me in the right direction with chalk. And I still have calluses, but it's 1/3 of what it used to be. It's not nearly the problem. So
I got some I use the chalk. That helps. Honestly, a lot of the time I forget to use the chalk at all, and I just don't. But when I think of it, I use it. But I use this like no crack extra moisture. It comes in a tub. It's like a lotion thing, and it's supposed to be for people who work with their hands. And I've been using that, and you know what I mean. Like where a callus, like you'll feel like starting to rip as you're putting a bunch of strain on it, and I hate that feeling. I hate it. Mm-hmm. It seems like this, like it keeps them soft enough. They're hard enough that they're calluses, but that shit keeps it soft enough that they're not going to tear off. They'll like fold instead. So that's been helpful.
Maybe
Heaven forbid we wear gloves.
I don't want to wear gloves. I don't know.
Yeah, someone might see me in my basement think I'm a pussy.
No, I just don't want to wear them.
I don't have any gloves. Mine are downstairs in the gym, but they're like mine were too padded in the palm, and it ruined my grip. Like it was just too fluffy in the middle. I didn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to feel that when I was benching, or I don't know. I like the tactile feeling of it.
Yeah, I don't think you need it for bench. Anything you're pushing, but if you're pulling, like if you're doing like chainsaws or
that's true. Yeah.
Like bent rows, maybe even. But anything with dumbbells, if you got super knurled dumbbells, farmers carries with some dumbbells are going to be excruciating if you don't have gloves on.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I've never done farmers carries with dumbbells, so I guess that makes sense. Maybe they made those handles smooth on purpose so it doesn't fuck with you. It definitely makes it harder to fucking grip though. Way harder.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've seen those racks before that you use for the farmers carries. I wonder what those feel like versus dumbbells. Because it's it's the angle that your arms are taking, is going to be different.
How is a chainsaw different than bent over row?
Well, it's one arm.
Was it bent over row? Oh, it's with the barbell. The two is the bent over row.
Yeah, and you really get your body at a 90-degree angle to the floor.
A chainsaw is with a cable machine, isn't it? Like because you
can do chainsaws with a cable, but
chainsaw
usually with a dumbbell.
Gotcha.
I would love some dumbbells. Not even fucking. You know what? If I find them, unless they are truly egregious in pricing, I'm just going to buy them. But
yeah,
I'm not paying $3 a pound. That's absurd.
Again, it's expensive to be you.
yeah. I would like to get a couple. I would start off. I'd want 70 through 90.
Oh, do you start there?
Yeah, because I don't need anything lower than that.
Oh, really? Come on. What do you?
No. Not, I'm saying that like I'm comfortable just using barbell stuff and like plate loaded stuff for everything lower than that. I'm talking about like as a money saving thing. Like I don't want to go from 50 to 100. I probably want to go from 70 to 100.
You want to go from
65.
5 to 100?
Yeah, I mean that would look nicer. It would look real nice to have the full setup. But
again, I'm not as strong, but I use like the 20s and 25s all the time.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, no one's so strong that they have no use for a 20-pound dumbbell or a 25-pound dumbbell. That's silly. But just from a cost-saving measure, I would much rather start high and just stay high.
Yeah,
because I've been totally convinced. I think it was you guys actually, or maybe it was you, Woody, talking about those adjustable ones that I was thinking about a while back. And then the more I did digging on that, I was like, I am setting myself up for an enormous headache.
You were going to buy twice, I'm sure, in that situation. Mm-hmm. I might have gone the other direction. If you still lived in your apartment, you're going to be moving with those weights and you don't have as the space you do in your basement. But the way you are now, like, you should buy dumbbells and you should buy a big rack that will hold all the dumbbells you'll ever need. And you'll be so glad that whenever you want, the correct weight is just a grip away. Yeah.
And I need to slow down with the acquisitions, because then I was looking at those cross cable machines, because they have plate loaded cross cable machines, or cable crossover machines rather. And the one at Titan's only like $450. And then I was like, do you need this? No, chill out, get your other stuff. Enjoy that for a while. Save this as a treat down the road, perhaps.
I might be following you with. I'm sorry, Kyle. With the acquisitions, if I had a bigger room. But
the two pieces of equipment that I would want the most are the legit cable machine, not that bullshit cable machine that like would fit in anybody's fucking bedroom, where like the cables are so close together that it's like a cable cross like comes out to here and then across you can't even extend. I don't like those. I would want the legit one, the big one, so that when you're doing a cable cross, you're almost crucified at the when you're like relaxing, and it's got 200 pounds of plates on each side, and it's those and then the crossover beam has like a legit chin up bar on it, and then dumbbells. Like those are the two. You could do anything with those two things. Like you really don't even need a bench press at that point. You could do dumbbell on like a bench if you wanted to for like chest and tricep stuff. But those cables do so many things when you consider all the angles. I mean, just chest flies, you could do 3 or 4 different angles. You could start low and come up to here, and then, or you could do up high to down. Like you can work your whole chest, your shoulders, your traps, your back, everything with those cable machines. You can do curls. I mean, obviously, you just lower the position down to the ground, and you can do cable curls with one arm if you want, whatever you want to do, anything.
And so here, I'll show you. I think the one you're talking about is similar to this. I'm trying to show people what we're talking about. And I would like that. It even has the pull-up area, which I would probably dig a lot. But the kind of cable crossover machine I've always digged is the link above it, which looks like this.
The free motion?
Yeah.
I worry about that. It seems like we looked at this and there was some issue with the amount of resistance that it provided. Like how much is each stab?
Yeah, we did look at that.
It had like a mechanical advantage or something. It was almost bad. It was like you put 300 pounds on there, it feels like 100. Like, wait a minute, we're lifting weights. Like maybe you're right.
If you're seriously working out, you're gonna surpass 100 on some cable exercises within 6 months. Like just your tricep extensions, right? I
say Athlete X has something just like this. If it works
for him. He does. He has that exact. He has a machine of the same
class
type. Like the way it's got those arms that move around and hit all those different angles. He definitely has that. But again, he's small and lean, and I don't think he's as strong as. He's a little guy. He's just lean.
So am I. Like I'm
6 feet tall, 200 pounds. I think that he's like 5'9".
You're adorable. Very complimentary, Kyle.
Yeah, you're welcome. And he's like 5'9", 150 pounds or something like that.
Is he? I can't tell.
I'm better than him.
Yeah, maybe I could find one in real life or something. And
I don't know. That's what I like though. I like the really big one. That Matrix makes.
I feel like you really got to go big or go home with this kind of cable crossover machine. Like if there is something worth spending a few grand on, this is probably it.
And in the end, I would just go to a gym, because I
love working out at home. Like I like the freedom I have. I enjoy not waiting in line. I like switching it up whenever I want. I like being able to go up, let my dogs out, whatever I'm doing, take care of work stuff throughout the day. If I'm in the middle, it really improves my quality of life to have a gym at home.
I like doing bicep curls in the squat rack. That's fucking awesome. Set it right down on the thing. What'd you say?
My Easy Bar. Yeah.
Oh, you have?
I like the Easy Bar. Yeah,
Easy Bar is great. It makes your wrist feel so much better.
I should get that.
For me, at least. Oh yeah, you need an Easy Bar. Yeah,
they're cheap.
Doing barbell curls, it's just when you get high up, it starts to feel weird. Where like you're.
Which one did you buy, Taylor? I imagine you did some research. Yeah, Ohio something maybe. I don't know.
Oh, the barbell. I bought the Rogue Ohio bar, the standard barbell. That was like one of the big tips I saw online is people you can go pretty cheap with a rack because as long as it's a full caged rack, it's going to be able to handle any amount of weight that any human can handle. It's going to be fine. It's steel. It's a lot stronger than us. But they were like, but do not cheap out on barbells because you'll get splinters. You'll get splits on the sleeve of it. It'll just be bad news. The knurling apparently isn't as good. And so I paid like $340 for my bar. That was the most expensive, single non-equipment item that I have. And so, yeah, it's worked perfectly. The knurling's perfect. There's some rust on it now that I need to clean off, but yeah, it's great. There's some chalk where I put my hands for benching, after I've done, I do like chalk when I'm benching now that I'm thinking about it. When I remember to, I really like, when you're screwing your shoulders down lower into the bench before you get going, and you kind of really wrench in your hand. I like that. I do like that.
Have you broken a sweat doing the show?
Oh no, I'm sweaty every show.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I'm sweaty every show.
Oh,
gotta get you
wow.
some
I just
deodorant,
noticed
bro.
the pits.
I also didn't wear deodorant. You're right. I took a shower after I worked out, and I had the hot sweats, and I ate a bunch of food, and then I came in here and did this.
Okay.
So
we're like talking about, I'm like, just a conversation about pumping iron. Taylor's body is responding.
Oh, I'm getting excited. I'm getting pumped.
It's like when they started talking dirty to Bobo.
That is the best thing.